families, this is Miss Gaby from Excel, and today we're going to talk about phonological awareness. If you came to school and picked up an activity bag, that is wonderful because you will find fantastic tips and activities inside that bag that you can do at home to help your child with phonological awareness development. Now, if you did not come to school to pick up a bag, it's no problem. Just stay with me because I'm going to give you some great tips on things that you can do at home to help your child do much better with their phonological awareness. Now, what is phonological awareness? Phonological awareness is the ability to hear and manipulate sounds in spoken language. And our children develop phonological skills in the preschool and early school years. So this is a crucial time to help our children develop these skills. Now, our children learn in many different ways, but primarily at this age, they learn with games and activities that focus on listening to the sounds in words. Now, I'm going to ask this question and think about it for a moment. Can your child recognize and produce rhyming words? Can they hear the beginning sounds in words and recognize when words start with the same beginning sound? Can they clap syllables? Or can they blend and segment individual letter sounds in words? All of those things that I just mentioned are phonological skills that are very important for your child to have in order to be stronger readers and writers. Now, there are many things that you can do to help your child develop phonological skills. For example, you can try this. Sing or say nursery rhymes together. Once your child is familiar with the rhyme, have them fill in the missing rhyming words. So let's use as an example the nursery rhyme, Twinkle, Twinkle. We will tell our child, twinkle, twinkle, little, and let them fill in the blank. Let them say star. And then say, how I wonder what you, and let them say are. And make them repeat those two words because star and are rhyming words. And it's very important for your child to start recognizing those kind of words. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can make it different. Try changing a nursery rhyme. Let's say, for example, let's stick to the Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star nursery rhyme. Let's change the rhyming words and put a silly word instead. So we can say, twinkle, twinkle, little pig, how I wonder if you're big. If you change the nursery rhyme, you will see that your children would notice that you changed the word. And not only will they notice that you changed some words, but they'll notice that they're rhyming words because they'll notice they sound the same at the end of the word. If they don't notice, make sure you point it out to them and explain today that rhyming words are words that end the same, that sound the same. For example, pig and egg, they both say egg. They rhyme, they end the same. Another thing that you can do to help your child develop phonological skills is tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are really fun and children have a lot of fun saying them. There's really nothing special about tongue twisters except that they are sentences or paragraphs in which the majority of the words start with the same sound. So let's say, for example, I'm going to read a tongue twister that starts with the sound of the letter F. So if we listen closely, we can see that all of these words start with that same sound, which is the sound of the letter F. So friendly fleas and flies flutter by. Your children will find that really fun because all of these words start with that same beginning sound. Now, I am going to challenge you to make your own tongue twister. Yeah, make your own and make one with your child. What I recommend parents is to make a tongue twister using their name. So let's say, for example, my name is Miss Gaby. My first name is Gabriella. So I have a fun tongue twister that I made for the kids some time back. And it says, Gaby is grumpy, grabbing groups of geckos going home. It all starts with the sound G, which is the sound of the letter G. And it's a really, really, really fun, but yet really silly tongue twister. And I'm sure that if you create a tongue twister, even if it's outrageously silly, your children are really going to love it. And not only that, but they're going to recognize that they all start with the same sound that their name starts. And they'll really have fun with that. Now, how can you help your child? Read rhyming stories together and talk about which words rhyme. Make rhymes with your child. Encourage them to create new rhyming words, even if they're not real words. You know, sometimes you can just make up words, but if they have that same ending sound, your children are starting to understand the way that rhyming works. Well, I hope that you practice some of these activities at home with your children and that you have a lot of fun doing it. Remember, phonological awareness is extremely important. I hope you find those tips useful. Now, let's take a moment and explore the activities in your bag. Now, if we take a look at the activities, we have two fantastic activities in the pack. We have this activity over here and this one over here. One is for rhyming and the other one is for syllable count practicing. And I just love them, and I really think that your children are going to enjoy them as well. First, let's talk about the rhyming activity that looks like this. To play this game, you will only need two things: your rhyming cards and these clothespins that would help your child mark the rhymes within the card. So if you look at the very first card, those are your instructions. So you will point at each picture and read the words aloud. So for starters, let's use this as our example. So if you look at this card, the very first picture here at the top is a picture of a map. And then under that, we have a picture of a car, a cap, and a can. So what you're going to do is say the words aloud for your child and say, okay, let's listen for the word that rhymes with map. That sounds like map, that has that same sound at the end. So you're going to say map, car. Then you're going to repeat map, cap. And now map, can. Now, the reason why we always want to repeat that first word is because our children are still learning to listen for that ending sound in the word. So if you just say it at the beginning and then you use the three other words below it, they might forget that first sound as they're listening to the other words. So when we tell our children map car, map cap, and map can, they will recognize the rhyme, and the way that they will mark it is with this little clip. So they will just grab their clip and put it in the rhyme, which for this particular card, it's the word cap, because map and cap, they both say up. They both have the same ending sound, so they rhyme. Remind your child that that is what it means to rhyme, and have them say the words aloud. Now, I'm going to also challenge you on an activity. Challenge your child to do a little extra. So, let's say, for example, if they've already matched map and cap, have them think of an additional rhyming word or many additional rhyming words. So it could be map, cap, tap, and they can go on and on, even if they make up their own words and the words are not real. As long as they rhyme, they're getting the concept. So go ahead and play with these cards. There's plenty of them, and we have, two little clips in case that maybe they want to play the game at the same time with a sibling or something like that. It can be a really fun activity for them to do together. Now, the next activity that we have here is our syllable count activity. And let me pull that out and let's talk about it. This is a really, really fun activity. I really love it because it is about counting syllables. And I love it when children practice and count syllables with me. If you see here, we have an example page. So first we have one syllable, which dog is a one syllable word. Then we have a 2-syllable word, which is lion. And then finally, we have our last 3-syllable word, which is banana. So remind your child that they can clap for syllables, or they can even just put their hand under their chin and pay attention to how many times their chin goes down. So for dog, dog, 1 syllable. For lion, lion, 2 syllables. And finally, for a 3-syllable word, banana, 3 syllables. This method, it's really efficient because every time you open your mouth to say a new syllable, your chin goes down. So your children can pay attention to their chin going down whenever they say a new syllable, and it could help them split their words into syllables. So now this is your sample chart, and what you're going to do is you're going to mix this up, mix, put them facing down, and have your child pick up 1 card at a time. In this case, I got the card of a kangaroo, and have them split that into syllables. So we have roo, 3 syllables. So what you would do is you will have your board sitting flat on the table, and you will have your children just put it right below the box that it belongs. Do this activity. You can make your own cards, and even you can do things like grab something that is just laying around the house. Like, let's say, for example, we have this mouse. Use the mouse. Put it in the right spot. Children have tons of little toys and things, or crayons, or just something small that they can put in these spaces. So for example, this mouse has mouse, 1 syllable. So you can just put it under the 1-syllable space. Remember, have a lot of fun with it. I'm sure your children would enjoy it, and try to enjoy it with them. It was really wonderful discussing our activities with you today. I really enjoy having you here with me. Now, parents, I have something very important to share with you. You and you alone have the most impact in your child's learning and what they will become. Remember, you parents have the biggest influence in your child's life. As you play and learn with your child, you will discover amazing things about the way your child thinks. So have fun, laugh, play together. See you next time.